Well, I think we might have had one of our funniest moments of this season thus far, guys. And of course, it involves Luke. So here we are, Married at First Sight, UK Season 9, Episode 26, and it's partner swap week. A concept that would never happen in real life unless you were a member of some bizarre cult. The idea that you'd swap, you know, your wife for a different wife, husband for a different husband, for a little bit of time, would completely invalidate a real marriage. So I don't think this is at all necessary. I just think it's a way to keep the show going and cause a bit of drama. But thus far we have we have Lacey going on about how she still wants an apology from Luke.
Obviously you didn't mean to offend her, but she's taken offence because you're saying I'm classy and she's not.
Doing that, so what does that make me? Not classy?
Right.
Yes, he's bigging up his wife, but in the same breath, he's digging at me.
Yeah, I mean, how it come across, anyone can see why you think that way, 100%.
I'm not one to just cause drama that's unnecessary, but in this case, Luke has pissed me off, and I do want an apology out of him. I'll be fine and civil. I think I'm not going to get an apology.
We have all the couples finding out who they're going to be sharing space with. The most remarkable of which is that Adam is going to be sharing his house with Amy, who's arrived with 3 bags. Polly has put a picture of Adam and her above the bed so that Adam can remember what's what. And what I find amazing is that Adam mentions sleeping arrangements to Amy, and she's quite willing to share the bed with him. And I thought, that's a bit quick. There's not even any like, oh, well, I think it'd be more appropriate, seeing as you're married, if you maybe sleep on the sofa and I sleep in the bed. Nope. Adam's sharing the bed with Amy, just like that. And I thought that was quite, wow. I was like, okay.
Try and keep a cool head. If I find out that it's gone, then we're going to have a problem.
That's cringe, man. Little picture. I told her I was going to take it down, but I thought I can't.
No, Polly can stay.
So, sleeping arrangements.
I'm happy to share the bed if you are.
Yeah, suppose we can.
Yeah.
Won't hurt no one, will it? Me and Amy are comfortable with each other. So I'm very pleased that Amy's happy with me sleeping on the bed instead of the sofa.
Luke's got Lacey.
Has he?
Yeah.
I thought he might have.
Don't know how that's going to go down.
Meanwhile, Luke and Lacey have been paired together. Lacey, of course, confronts Luke wanting her apology. And Luke duly apologises. Well done, Luke. Even though I feel like, you know, it was a bit... He didn't really need to. But after apologising, he then says to her, yes, I'll apologise, but to make my apology a bit clearer, do you like malt loaf? And I don't think Lacey knows he's saying malt loaf. She seems to say back to him, what, you mean malt loaf? Malt loaf? And it's very confusing, but hilarious nonetheless. Because you kind of think to yourself, well, where did malt loaf come from? How does that tie into his apology? And then he gets out some malt loaf and writes, I'm sorry, in malt loaf on a tray. And they eat it. That really made me laugh.
So I'd be fake if I didn't bring it up to you.
Okay.
I haven't seen you since the last commitment ceremony. I know you was praising Amy, but I felt like you was throwing shade on me. I just didn't like the wording you used.
I'm not sorry if I'm having an opinion.
I am a very classy girl. Just people see a confident girl and they just automatically think you're not classy.
Yeah.
Just touched a nerve.
I am sorry if it caused offence. And I could see now, even just you relaying those feelings, you could tell that it, it hurt you, and I apologise for that because that's never my intention.
Okay.
Do you like malt loaf?
Malt loaf? I've never had that before.
Okay.
Malt loaf?
Malt loaf. It's like, I don't know, banana bread. And I think then maybe you'll understand exactly where my kind of position is on this.
I've never had a malt loaf in my life. Don't even know if I'm saying it right, but I've got the apology I wanted.
So I am truly sorry. I mean that. I want you to feel comfortable here. So yeah, I'm glad you've said that, and in the future now I'll be more mindful
He put "I'm sorry" in malt love, and that means a lot to me because there's a lot of thought behind it. I appreciate you doing this, Olive
You're more than
Branch.
welcome.
And of course we have KIERAN and Kristina, with KIERAN telling Sasha, who he's now going to be living with, that basically Kristina, it turns out, has a lot of very similar traits to his ex-girlfriend. So that's what's happening at the moment. I think this could be quite a good episode. And I'm going to watch it with a cup of tea and some malt loaf.
Like, I don't want someone to tell me what to do, because as a lad growing up, like, if the teachers tell me to do something, I do the opposite.
Yeah, intimacy should be fun. Just like naturally let it happen. He'll get there. A little bit of sexy lingerie, maybe. I am really rooting for Polly and Adam. I'm hoping that advice from me might give him a little push with regards to the bedroom activities. So I feel like I'll be able to give Adam some good tips.
Gotta wonder, listening to Adam, what did he think marriage was? He's talking to Amy and saying, oh yeah, intimacy, I think the reason me and Polly are struggling there is because we spend so much time together. We're like together 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Whereas, you know, when I was with my girlfriends, I'd only see them twice a week and want to rip their clothes off when I saw them. I'm like, dude, do you not know what marriage is? Marriage is exactly that, being with each other 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Although it's not really like that because you have to go out and work. But what were you expecting? And why does that stop you being intimate? I don't understand. Because surely, if you're at the beginning of your marriage, I mean, obviously there's people do it different ways these days, but back in the day, if you were at the beginning of your marriage and you hadn't been sleeping with each other long before, and I know that's rare now, but there was lots of passion at the beginning of the marriage because you hadn't been able to do that, if you get my point. I know that doesn't really happen these days, but nevertheless, you're still at the beginning of your marriages, guys. I don't understand why it's such a problem. Never mind. That's what he says the issue is. I think the issue is probably he fancies Amy more than Polly. It seems that way, doesn't it?
Remotely near me. How's that supposed to make me feel? Yes. Well done, boss. Kristina. Thank you, darling. Are you sure you don't need Kieran's help?
Nah, I don't.
No?
It's a little bit awkward now since Kristina stormed off in a huff. There was naturally going to be some tension there. I just thought maybe we could come in today as friends and, you know, just have fun, but clearly not.
Then we have KIERAN and Kristina. They're going on a double date. So we have KIERAN, who's with Sasha, Ross with Kristina, going on a double date, doing mini golf. And KIERAN tries to help Kristina with a shot and makes inappropriate comments about holding the shaft and shafting, and she gets offended and doesn't like it. He's just being a little bit rude, isn't he? And I forgot he could be rude and crude after his rude song at the wedding. Then we have Lacey and Luke. Now, of course, Lacey takes Luke dancing. Wouldn't she? Of course she would. And there's this moment where she says, oh, Luke, you know, bust out your magic Mike moves. And I thought, hang on a second, are you forgetting that Luke actually admitted in his opening programme that he was once a stripper? So he can certainly dance, and he can certainly take his clothes off if he needs to. But he didn't. But then he goes on to say about how him and Amy are struggling and she's stiff as a board, and Lacey says, stop with your naughty comments.
And it's letting go, and that's the main thing that I wanted today.
You better do this on Amy.
Me and Lacey are getting on very well, you know. I'm just pleased that the way it panned out with the apology in the beginning. I like the spontaneity. I like the fact that she's come up with this idea. And it's good for me to relax and have a really fun time with not a care in the world.
Then, of course, we are back to KIERAN and Kristina, and yeah, what is wrong with them? I don't think KIERAN knows what he wants. He seems to be really confused. I don't want a traditional wife. I don't want my wife to put me first. I want her to put herself first and me to put me first. I'm thinking, I'm struggling to ascertain exactly what the problem is with KIERAN towards Kristina. Because I think in marriage, inevitably, you have to sacrifice putting yourself first for your fellow partner, and they have to do the same for you. You can't always put each other first, because if you put your priorities first, then you won't be able to have any conjoined priorities. You'll just be two people living your own driven, separate lives who just come together in the evening. So I'm not quite sure what he wants. I just think at the end of the day, he doesn't want to admit it, but I just don't think he likes her as much as he thought he did.
So we had our little deep talk. and we discussed you two, like, you know, I feel like you've had like a really deep conversation. Is there anything you actually want to say to me?
No. We haven't had that deep of a conversation.
Oh, we had a little convo about like what our values are and stuff.
Yeah.
We was talking about what should come first, your career or your partner. Some people like a more traditional relationship and some people like a more modern relationship. Kieran doesn't want a wife that I put him first. I understand where you're coming from, as in you would want a husband, then your career. What am I trying to say? I'm fucking struggling.
Do you think I'm traditional?
I don't think you're traditional. Just to ask you that question, what's more important to you? Finding a husband or doing something for the rest of your life that you enjoy? And you said finding a husband.
Yeah, at this moment in time. I'm 31, Kieran. I'm not getting any younger.
I'm not saying you are.
Well, for me, at this moment in my life, I'd really like a husband. So that's what I'm doing.
And I really want a wife, which is what I'm doing.
Yeah, so what's the issue?
That a wife to me is the cherry on the cake, because I've got my life at home what I'm really happy about.
I've got my business.
Right. It's not even necessarily to do with your business. You put a husband at the top of the list of your priorities, whereas a wife isn't at the top of the list of my priorities.
So why have you come in here then?
To find a wife. But, like, because of what I've been through in life, I'll never let my wife become me everything. Because I know how easy it is to get shit on. And I'm never gonna put myself in that position again. I'm never gonna do that. I've actually wrote down the differences between you and my ex-partner. And it's actually scary how similar you are.
Okay.
There's one thing that's different on the positive side, and that is that you're outgoing and she wasn't. And that is the only difference.
I am fuming. How am I supposed to take that? I'm gutted, I'm frustrated. Right. He's not fighting for me, I'm fighting for him.
What the fuck?
All he's done is just relate me to his exes. I'm not his ex.
There is a weird vibe between Adam and Amy. Come on, we can admit that, can't we? So now Amy is taking Adam lingerie shopping. Basically taking him to an SEX shop, like an Ann Summers, to like say, oh, this will help you with your intimacy. And she walks in and she hits him on the head with a dildo, guys. They look at little sex toys. They're looking at underwear. And then, listen, before I get further on, I just got to say, I know they're not really, really married, right? But hypothetically, and going along with the title of the show, me personally, I think it's highly inappropriate to be taking another man's wife or another woman's husband to a lingerie shop to then talk about buying such intimate things for that person's partner. It's not just inappropriate, it's friggin' weird.
I do think that Polly might be a little jealous that I'm here today with Amy.
What's that?
It's easier to be more open and fun with Amy because we're friends, whereas if Polly was here, I might feel a little bit more awkward. Looks like Luke's. Which is like two naughty little school children.
And then later on, Adam's like looking at underwear saying, well, why don't you model this for me so I can see if it looks good or would look good on Polly? And I'm thinking, I know you're joking, but again, that's a really inappropriate thing to say to another man's wife. I don't think you'd say that if Luke was standing right there, would you? So yeah, and then Adam, being the great guy he is, decides to text Polly from the lingerie shop and say, hey, I'm buying lingerie for you with Amy. What size are you? What's your bra size? And of course, this sends Polly into absolute mental freefall. What did he expect was going to happen?
I feel like we're missing the point here. I've definitely seen a bit of a cheeky side to Adam today.
What size panties are you? I think what we could do is if we get your size, you try it on, then I'll see if it looks nice on a model.
It's a no from me. I will definitely not be trying this underwear set on for you. That's Polly's job. Sex vouchers.
Oh,
You need some of these.
being in depth never felt so good.
You need those.
I really appreciate Amy's help. She's made me feel comfortable in the lingerie shop, got me out of my comfort zone and had a laugh. I've realised that the intimacy side can be fun. That's quite nice.
I think she'll really like that.
I like the little chain.
Little matching pants.
Yeah. I didn't get all the sizes though.
Do you know what size she is?
No.
Give her a text.
Should I text her?
Adam said, what's your bra size? What the fuck?
Might be buying you something. Is this not a good thing then? You've been asking for more PDA?
I just feel like I could actually cry.
Really? Oh,
Sorry.
Oh, pause.
Just a bit overwhelming.
Oh, no.
Adam absolutely hates talking about intimacy. We haven't even had a conversation of like what we both like in the bedroom, let alone buy me underwear. And now I'm hearing that he's out buying lingerie with Amy. What the fuck? Like, that's quite a big thing. I feel like he is only doing this because he's with Amy, not off his own back. So that's actually, like, I'm shaking. I actually don't...
Oh.
The stuff that he's doing, Amy, he's never done with me. That is what's really throwing me the most.
What's really strange about Adam and Amy is that when they're getting into bed later on, Adam says, oh, I take my wedding ring off at bedtime. He's getting into bed with another woman and saying, I take my wedding ring off at bedtime. Sometimes I sleep without my clothes on. And again, I think he's joking, but he doesn't sleep without his clothes on, thank God. But also, Amy then said to the camera, oh, you know, I don't mind Adam's flirty banter. And there's a terrible irony there, isn't there? Because she goes on about how much she hates Luke's banter and the fact that Luke makes jokes that she considers to be icky and inappropriate, and yet, for some reason, she likes Adam's flirty banter.
Yeah.
I'll be Adam. I can't sleep in my ring. Or my clothes.
The sausage barrier is staying.
I'm joking. Right, so in the morning, I'll make us both a hot drink. I'll make us some nice breakfast.
Come in for a treat. It's going to be like a little holiday home.
You're going to go back and have to tell Luke that he needs some advice from me on how to treat his wife. Yeah?
Deal.
Say.
Anyway, it progresses. KIERAN and Kristina, by the way, they're still on the rocks. They didn't reunite after partner swap week. KIERAN is just staying by himself to clear his head, because clearly he's in massive trouble now. Then we had the morning with Adam and Amy, and Adam makes Amy breakfast, and Amy's like, oh wow, you know, you're treating me like a princess. Luke doesn't do this for me. Luke doesn't make me poached egg on toast. And Adam says, well, you know, I do this for Polly. This is the bare minimum. So immediately Amy thinks that Luke is not giving her the bare minimum and should be doing more.
Me? It just shows you that you're getting the bare minimum.
And, you know, maybe she's right, but it must be hard to hear that from someone else. I love this. We had Lacey and Luke chatting, and Luke saying, you know, in terms of the apology I made for the dance, I think in the back of my mind, I was actually jealous that, you know, you could dance like that with Adam, but I couldn't dance like that with Amy because, you know, she won't loosen up like that. And, you know, that's why I think I got angry about it. And Lacey has a problem with that. She had a problem with what he said previously, now she has a problem with this and saying, oh, well, you know, he said that and that's not good because I feel like, you know, he's not being true to Amy and blah, blah, blah. And I thought, Amy reunites with Luke and basically tells him, oh, you know, Adam cooked me breakfast and Adam and I shared the same bed. And surprisingly enough, guys, Luke's not particularly happy about that. And I think this is the beginning of a bit of a rough patch for their relationship.
And he just said to me, like, I'm treating you exactly how I treat Polly. I'm not doing anything different. Yeah. Like, making her breakfast, making her coffees, running a bath.
Yeah. Well, so you didn't have your usual breakfast. You had something different, because usually you have bran flakes, do you?
Yeah, just because it's, like, quick, though. But my favourite's poached egg on toast, isn't it, with avocado?
Oh, yes.
So
sourdough.
He made me that, yeah, with, like, crispy bacon.
Oh, nice.
He treated me like a little princess.
think the way Amy's delivering this news to me is a bit kind of rub it in your face a little bit. Oh, look, me and Adam get along so well. With all the stuff that you don't get with me, I'm getting with Adam. That makes me feel a little bit, sad. It hurts, not gonna lie.
How are your sleeping arrangements?
Very, very easy. How about you? Did you get the bed?
Me and Adam shared a bed together. Yeah. You're fine about me and Adam sleeping in the same bed. And I would have never let him sleep on the sofa. I'd have felt too bad.
That's good. Well, that's brilliant. It's a bit of a butthurt feeling, Amy telling me, me and Adam shared the bed. I don't know which way to turn to. It's just confusing. I'm numb at the moment.
But of course, the great denouement came when Polly was returning home, having stayed with Nathan, and Adam had decided to lay out all the sex toys and sexy stuff he'd bought with Amy on the bed, expecting Polly to look at it and go, wow, you've done amazing things to me. You've really changed, Adam. And of course, she comes home and is very upset about the whole thing because she knows he bought it with Amy. And Amy would have chosen most of it or had a significant part in choosing it. And of course, she wants it to be picked by him. Not him and another woman. But he's so weird about it. He's going, she's so selfish. It's all about her. And I wanted her to do this so she could, please me. And she's not. I thought, I completely understand why Polly's angry. But then I'm also angry with Adam. Because I think, Adam, it was a stupid idea of you to go to, Ann Summers or wherever with this woman. You should have never done it in the first place. She wants to see it from you, not from you and someone else. Just absolutely ridiculous.
Hello. Surprise. Oh my God.
What do you think?
Yeah, it's cute. Sex vouchers.
I filled you a few out. I promised to pay on demand sex in your favourite position. To Paul from Adam, and there was this one, dinner and doggy.
Because he has obviously spent partner swap week with Amy, I definitely think that she got into his head a little bit and had some input. So I feel like it needs to be unpacked with him a little bit more.
I feel like it has done me some good having like a couple of days apart. I felt personally like we really needed that.
And Amy obviously helped you.
I did most of it, but Amy had my back.
And you picked this?
Yeah, I did actually.
Yeah, you had a jolly old time. When I got the text from you, I'm not going to lie, I actually felt sick.
Really?
In my head, it was like, you're buying lingerie with Amy. I was just like I just didn't know how to feel. I just had really mixed emotions about it, and I was trying to see positives, but then I feel like there's a lot of negatives that I've just been getting in my own head about. I just couldn't understand why this is what you were doing. It's so confusing. Like, my head is, I'm not gonna lie, it's fucked.
This was to try and spice it up and show you that we can kind of make it fun and better. I've come out of my comfort zone to go get these gifts for Polly, but it just feels like it's just not enough for her. Bit of a kick in the teeth, to be honest.
I feel like I want to cry.
Why?
I don't know. I feel like I haven't really known where I've stood with Adam for the last couple of weeks.
So what did you make of tonight's episode, guys? Did you like the partner swap thing? Is it good? Does it work? I think it brings real drama, but of course, it's also, as I said at the beginning, completely unrealistic. Let's talk below. Let's dialogue. I know it's a bit less, fiery now without Alex and Holly there, and without Casper and Emma, but I still thought it was a pretty good episode, and I still feel there's some interesting milestones to come. Thanks as always for watching, and I'll catch you later.